Lucky 2011 Rap Opera, and this time we have the talented Corey Taylor. Now, yesterday was your birthday, and I wanted to wish you a happy belated birthday.
Well, thank you.
I got your birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Right now.
Oh, I gotta open it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Alright. Hold on 1 second. Hey, nice. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. That's awesome.
Now, you're a very busy man. You're in 2 bands, with Nonsense Tower, and you just wrote a book, which, by the way, I have.
Oh, cool.
How do you even have time to read, walk, or take a shit?
You know, that's a damn good question. You know, it's time management, I guess. You know, I do a lot of stuff while I'm doing other projects. You know, I mean, a lot of stuff overlaps. And, you know, when you want to do it, you make time to do it. You know, you prioritize and you make sure that not only are you doing it to the best of your ability, but you're able to focus on it. So, I've just been really good at multitasking and getting several hundred things done at the same time, basically. So, you know, it helps that I've got great fans that want to see stuff, that want to hear stuff, read stuff, and, you know, so I got to be doing something. They keep coming back.
Now, your band's all in a diverse style of rock music. What kind of training do you do with your vocal cords?
Well, some would say I put my vocal cords through hell, to be honest.
I love your story.
Oh, thank you. I just, really, I don't do any warm-ups. I don't do any, I never really had any vocal training or anything like that. I just always had a natural ability to just sing, you know. So I know what my limitations are. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. And when you know that, you know, it helps, you know, and you can kind of, you know, whittle down the things that you might not be good at, and then, you know, just kind of go from there. So I just, you know, I'm always singing. I mean, I'll walk around the house singing, and it's awesome. It's what I love to do.
Now, I just purchased your book and just started reading it. But for those that didn't purchase it yet, what can you tell her about it to help them read it?
Basically, the book is my take on the 7 deadly sins, and basically me making the argument that they're not sins at all, that they are human emotions, they're part of being human, they're part of, you know, making mistakes and learning from mistakes. And saying that those emotions are sins, I think is a cop-out. You know, it's a way to control how we feel ourselves, what we do in our everyday lives, and whatnot. And by saying the emotion is a sin, you're basically saying that being human is a sin. And I'm not saying that they can't lead to sin, but the action, the aftermath is a sin, not the emotion and whatnot. You know, one man's wrath is another man's passion. So it's me basically making the argument and balancing that and putting a concept attached with stories from growing up, stories from being on the road and whatnot. And basically, you know, kind of wrapping everything up by saying, look, I've experienced every one of these so-called sins, and I came out the other side and I'm a better person for it. So how can that be a sin? You know?
Now, a lot of people say they're going to write a book but never do it. Now, what made you say, like now's the time to do this?
Basically the opportunity came, you know, like I've never really gone out of my way to find stuff that usually kind of falls in my lap, which is a good thing. But I've known I've wanted to write a book since I was a kid, you know, like I grew up reading voraciously, just being very avid about, you know, studying and you know, learning stuff on my own as opposed to, you know, trying to stuff through school and trying to learn there. So I just knew that someday I would want to write a book and do it myself and not have it ghostwritten by, you know, 2 or 3 different people. And the opportunity came up and I just kind of ran with it.
Now, one demographic you're looking at is too. How does that feel knowing that only 6 months ago you had that people?
It's pretty sweet, you know, like I wasn't expecting it. I mean, obviously there was a part of me that's like, you know, a lot of fans will pick it up and then maybe it'll gather dust on someone's bookshelf or something, but they've really like read it, you know, and gone out of the way to kind of talk about it, and it's really gotten bigger than word of mouth and doing stuff like this, and shows like this. And at one point, somebody told me it was number 50 on the Christian reading list, and I was like, excuse me? That made me chuckle, and I was like, well, I'm doing something right, you know. I really enjoyed that. So I'm really ecstatic that it's done as well as it has, and that people are still finding it, and it's still doing really well. So I mean, that's really all you can hope for.
Now, what are the key interests that tend to follow it?
The one bit of advice I would definitely give is know your trade, know your craft. You know, I'm only the way I am because I spent a good portion of my life practicing. You know, I did gigs with people, you know, for years. You know, I learned my way around the stage. I developed a style of songwriting. I learned everything I could about production, studios, and what you can and can't do. And I did it at a time when technology wasn't balancing the scales, if you understand that. Like there was no auto tuning or anything like that when I was learning to sing and whatnot. So, and I still don't use it today. So the thing I would tell people is learn to do what you do. You know, don't be afraid to cut your teeth. Don't be afraid to practice. You know, so when the time comes, you have all those skills. You have the ability to kind of run with the ball. You have the ability to reach for the stars and excel at it. You know, a lot of bands these days, they'll get a record deal and they think that's it. You know, that's the first hurdle. You have to go out and work, and you do everything you can to make sure that people leave every gig and every CD shop talking about your band. You know, you've only started fighting the battle when you get signed. So it's just a lot of work, and I try to remind people of that. Holidays and sleep, basically. And rightly so. We get done the 13th, I'm home by the 14th, I pick my son up at 15th. I'm very stoked about that, yeah. Me and my wife are very excited. And then a week later, we fly out to meet the family, and then we're just gonna, just spend all the holidays together, which I really, really look forward to. I've got a great family, and they're all loud and obnoxious and crazy and wonderful, wonderful people. So they drive me nuts, but I look forward to being driven nuts. And then next year, start rehearsals for Stone Sour, working on a new album right now. And then rehearse for Slipknot, go down, do some shows in Australia, and in the summer, do stuff with the States. So, and in between there, make an album with Stone Sour, and then get ready to release it late next year.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Stop being lazy, I guess. I've really kind of been lazy this year. I know that sounds weird, but that's really the only thing that I can think of right off the top of my head, because I'm pretty much the guy going races all the weirdness about him. So we'll see.
Well, I want to thank you so much for this video for being on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching our TV.